Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Insights with Zhang, and today that's my second program on the China coronavirus. Is that a bio-Chernobyl accident? Yes. For those new to my channel, I'm Zhang. I'm an international entrepreneur and speaker and author. If you want to have a healthier, wealthier, happier life, please subscribe to my channel and I'll inspire you to achieve your goals. Yes, I have, last couple of days, I have warned all my fans and friends, families to be very careful about this new outbreak of virus. And I'm pleased to see quite a lot of government, they already advised their citizens do not travel to China. And they already started to evacuate their citizens out of Wuhan, even China. So that's a good sign. The World Health Organization declared the international emergency. So origin of the virus still remain quite a mystery. And today, that's why what I'm going to talk about. I think that's a very serious thing. If you don't know where the virus came from, how can you solve the problem? How can you prevent similar things happen? A paper written by a large group of researchers from several institutions published in The Lancet recently state 41 patients who became ill on 1st of December, 13 of them had no link to the marketplace. That's a big number, 13 with no links. Says Daniel Lucy, an infectious disease specialist at Georgetown University. Lucy says if the new data are accurate, the first human infections must have occurred in November 2019, if not earlier, because there's an incubation time between infection and symptoms surfacing. If so, the virus possibly spread silently between people in Wuhan and perhaps elsewhere before the cluster of cases from the city's now infamous Huanan seafood wholesale market was discovered in late December. The virus came into their marketplace before it came out of their marketplace, Lucy asserts. On the Lancet paper, researchers they analyzed 27 genomes of the virus. Their conclusions, they all have one very recent common ancestor, as early as 1st of October. 1st of October? That's very early. And I just read a Chinese official report. They said on 18th of September 2019 in Wuhan airport, presume there's a plane landed in Wuhan airport and there's a passenger who was sick. And there's a new novel virus spread out, and they try to quarantine the whole area. And most important thing, they call the new virus novel coronavirus. They had a drill of how to handle the crisis. Yeah, the novel coronavirus actually in China, it's not that novel. But from the information I've got, we've seen it a couple of times. And this is a recruitment paper published for Wuhan Institute of Virology. The team leader is called Zhang, and he's a specialist of coronavirus. He's got a team. He's been doing that for more than 10 years. And he's looking for more people to help him sort out how bats carrying those deadly virus and how they mutate and how the virus mutate and how they develop the strong immune system. This is 2019 November. Back to 2018, Zhou Peng's team leader, Miss Shi Zhenli, We can see her. She's got a conference in Shanghai. This is 2018, and she had a conference. The topic is talking about coronavirus in 2018. And they both, Shi Zhenli and Zhou Peng, they both work for Wuhan Institute of Virology. They just mean the novel coronavirus to Chinese government and to Chinese military and researchers. It's not novel at all. They already know that two months before the breakout. Another incident is the spy incident was in July 2019. One Chinese researcher called Qiu Xiangguo and her husband is the head of Wuhan Institute of Virology. That Qiu Xiangguo and her husband and a couple of her other students were removed by the Canadian Level 4 lab. Her activity, sending samples to China, her many trips to China, and other security, they say that's breached the lab's security rules. A Level 4 virology facility is a lab equipped to work with the most serious and deadly human and animal disease. That makes the lab one of only a handful in North America capable of handling pathogens requiring the highest level of contaminant, such as Ebola. On Tuesday, the head of Harvard's Chemistry and Chemical Biology Department, Charles Lieber, was charged with making false statements about his involvement with China's program to recruit foreign researchers. Lieber's contract with the program, Southern Talents, afforded him a monthly salary of up to $50,000 and annual living expenses of more than $150,000 over 3 years. The criminal complaint against Lieber unsealed on Tuesday. He was given more than $1.5 million by the Chinese government and the Wuhan University of Technology to set up a lab and conduct research at the university. Lieber is one of the most prestigious scientists yet to be swept up in the FBI's investigations into scientists stealing research for other countries, most of which have involved China. There are at least 180 investigations looking into intellectual property theft at 71 institutions across the U.S., the New York Times reported last November. Yeah, so China doesn't have a very good record of international intellectual copyright. The Wuhan Institute of Virology was established with the help of French government. French helped them design and give them technology to build up that laboratory. But they use French technology, but they use their own team because actually know that laboratory was controlled by Chinese military. So that's and they didn't keep their promise. They built a couple of more laboratory on the P4 level, which is not what French and the Chinese government agreed. So, and in Beijing, in other cities, they have other virology laboratory. And the leakage accident, it's not the first time Chinese laboratory happened like that. In 2003, SARS broke out. Actually, so far, still nobody knows where SARS came from, and Chinese government blame, like this time, a wild animal. Actually, there's no evidence of where SARS came from, and this coronavirus is a very close cousin of SARS. And in 2004, In Beijing laboratory, they had the leakage accident of the SARS virus. It's being reported in Chinese media and even internationally. There were more than 100 people infected. Also, there are a couple of other leakage accidents in other laboratory of infectious disease in China being reported in last 10 years. So the biological leakage from Chinese laboratory is not the first time, and I'm sure it's not going to be last time either. And this time, we haven't got the evidence showing that's the leakage or accident, the Chernobyl accident from Wuhan laboratory. But that's one theory, most likely, because other scenario from animal is unlikely. Now the virus is spread everywhere, all over the globe, and I hope you protect yourself. And also I would like to hear about your comments. What do you think about this virus came from? Yeah, I still remember from the beginning of this year, 2020, I just predict China crisis, and I didn't, that's a black swan, but I didn't predict this pandemic. You know, we have already had a pandemic every 6 to 7 years, so we might have another. If we go through this, hopefully we are okay. And next time I'm going to talk about the political and economical impact of this crisis. If you like my program, please subscribe, and I hope to see you more often. Thank you very much.